Hello everybody, and welcome back to Ambient Landscapes. Well, I'm not really coughing much, but I do have a hoarse voice, so please excuse it. I'm also speaking quietly because here I was in a cozy moment thinking about what video should I do next. Now, when I first saw this cozy coloring tag, I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm not a cozy colorist. And then I was sitting here and I was realizing, like, this is the happiest moment in my life. I'm alone. My cat's next to me in her tree. I can hear the wind in the trees. Wind in the willows. It's not a willow, but there's a frog. The sun on the leaves. I was watching Piggy Pen's 10 top wildlife illustrator books, and then 10 top books of all times. And I'm just gonna give a brief shout out to Piggy Pen's. I can't believe she's only been in the community 11 months. Wow. I had seen Steph Color's Cosy Colouring Tag come up, and I was like I said, I'm like, I can't relate to that because I kind of have an attitude problem about cozy coloring, which, well, much to my surprise, my highest power spoke to me, and I'm like, hold on a minute. This is exactly a cozy coloring moment. I have things going on in my outside life in my family, and like, I'm really enjoying this moment of calm. So I thought, well, I guess I can answer this. So I have the questions in front of me. I'm working with Ohuhu Hollow pencils and a frog's tail, and I am finding these are the best pencils for this book. I've tried Prismacolor, I've tried Crayola, and now these, and these work like a dream. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm not editing yet because I have a procedure on Friday, and I just kind of just want to get things done. I suspect like once that's taken care of, I'll be able to sit down more and focus on editing. I know it's not hard, but yeah. So, and I'm gonna tag 4 people in this. I'm gonna end this original time. If I didn't say already, it's Steph Colors. I'm gonna tag Helen Heartworks, Color by Tanny, Coloring View, and Auntie Chris, and I will put the questions in the description. Again, another shout out to Lucy Fox Arts, who made that suggestion for the previous one. Doing tag videos is all new to me, so I appreciate those of you in the community who are helping me out. So, setting the scene. Describe your perfect cozy coloring evening. Well, it's not evening here. What time is it? It's 4:33 p.m. in the afternoon. But this is it. Like, I'm home alone. I know where my daughter is. I know where my cat is. It's quiet. I made myself hot chocolate. I'm watching coloring videos. It's YouTube, it's like YouTube's my TV. I don't have a TV, and it's yeah. And what else? Like this, quiet moments at home. I mean, I'm on summer break, and literally, I know I need to get exercise, and I need to take my cat out, and I need, there's things I have to take care of, but literally, like, this is all I want to do. Like, I don't really want to do anything else other than what I'm doing right now. Okay, number 2. What is your go-to cozy coloring companion? There's, if right now, I was listening to an audiobook, I forget the name of it right now. I've read it. It's a science fiction. If it comes up to me, I'll share it. But TV, I don't have TV. Movie, I don't watch that many movies right now. podcasts. Yeah, I like creepy, scary story podcasts. I absolutely love them. Music, sometimes. Silence. Yeah, I mean, but I'm always want to be learning. Like if I have time coloring, I can have time where I'm watching coloring videos. So not necessarily like silence. Let's see. What's your favorite drink or snack while coloring? I like, well, whatever. I've had hot chocolate, sparkling water. I have water down. I mean, it's whatever strikes my fancy. I had a local chocolate wafer. I just, it's like I realized I was doing cozy coloring. Like it was happening whether or not I wanted it to. Do I have a coloring ritual before I start? No, I mean, this is my coloring desk, so pretty much, at the end of the night, I close my my coloring book because I have a cat. It's best if I put my pencils up because I have a cat. But no, I just kind of sit here. I mean, sitting down. Where's my favorite place to color? Like I said, at my desk. All my stuff is here. My art supplies, my art books, my coloring books. I can look out the window and I have bird feeders and there's trees outside. So I'm in my favorite place. My cat's grooming herself. I hope she doesn't need to go out, but if she interrupts us, I guess I could pause it, but then I have to take my phone, so hopefully she won't interrupt us. Okay, brain focus. So part two, comfort books and pages. What coloring book feels like a warm hug? Well, one of the reasons why I'm object so much to cozy coloring is, how do I say this? My daughter lives with me. She's a huggy person. I'm not really. So I try to make okay, so this is funny because when I first started building my channel up, the word cozy came into it. I was working with my AI assistant, about banner and profile picture, and he put the word cozy in there. Okay, maybe I need to pause. Hold on. Well, that was my first successful use of the pause button. So thank you, Coloring View, for telling me I could do that. And thank you, Helen Heartworks, for also helping me with that because I couldn't figure that out. So now I know I can pause. The things we learn. So I found out, much to my chagrin, I'm joking, that I think I try to turn every coloring book into a cozy, into a warm hug. What artist style makes me feel cozy? Well, I'm gonna say R.J. Hampson because I was coloring his work. I showed it to my best friend, and he reminds me of Wind in the Willows. Like when I was younger, when I was a child, I wanted to be a children's book illustrator. So it's yeah, I guess it must be R.J. Hampson. Okay, what coloring page makes me feel happiest? Well, I think the one that I'm doing right now, it's steampunk, actually. I love steampunk. I have steampunk clothing, like steampunk. What coloring book would I take on a cozy weekend getaway? My answer to that one is the one that I'm working in. All right. Let's see. Number 9, what coloring book would you take on a cozy weekend getaway? I haven't been on one of those in a while. So that's a real hypothetical for me. And I don't really like hypothetical questions. But I could answer it. I have an overnight hospital stay coming up. So what am I going to bring with me? Whatever I'm working on, you know? Whatever I'm working on. I had to get some iron infusions. And a couple of months ago, and I brought my coloring with me. So yeah, you know, I think you can make any space cozy. I think you take that with you. You know, we could define what's cozy. It's a relaxed feeling. What unfinished page do you keep meaning to return to? Well, I thankfully don't have to deal with that because I don't do whips. So that solves that. Okay, so moving on to color comfort zone. What is your ultimate cozy color palette? You know, every page has a new palette, you know. Sometimes I use my color wheels, like they're right here. I have so many like color picking things. Sometimes I use my color wheels, like this one I learned about from Pamela's Passion for Coloring. This one, oops, I don't have to put them somewhere else. This one is what we used in painting class. I recently got these wall cards from Temu. I mean, I just love color theory. You guys know that. I have, you know, palette picking apps. And sometimes me and my AI assistant, I'll take a picture of the page I'm working on, and I'll tell him, you know, what theme I want, what pencils I'm working with. I'll show him the swatches, and he'll work with me to pick colors out to help me achieve the look I'm going for. So I'm not married to any one palette. You know, sometimes there's palette inspirations. Like the last page I did, it was like Lulu Mail Tombos. You know, this is something you can get on the Tombow site where, you know, they have all their dual brush pen packs, color tracker. These are palettes right here, and then I can figure out which pencils to shade with. So I love color palettes. See, I saved some of the pens I got were these, and I can just, you know, I love color palettes. I think that's one of the things that characterizes me as an artist, is just being able to pull a palette out of anywhere. What color feels the most me? You know, that changes every single day. I mean, some of my favorite colors are like, I love burgundy, teal, aqua, like dusky purple, but probably I would say burgundy, like burgundy or a wine color is me. What color combination feels instantly cozy? For me, I like dark autumn themed palettes. But the thing is, I think I shared like why do I color before. You know, I color to challenge myself, so it's very rare that I, you know, pick a palette because I like it. I pick a palette because color is color. I pick a palette to challenge myself. So I may have a different approach to color than most colors, but you know what? That is okay. You know, I'm open about coming to coloring from an artist perspective, and that's, you know, that's okay. Maybe I'm a little bit more intense, but you know, I'm not gonna feel ashamed of that. So what season describes you the best? I think I I think I just said it autumn, although I like winter too. But I think autumn, like as the colors are deepening. We don't have snow where I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, so that kind of isn't like what I associate with winter. So, you know, but we do have trees that change color. There's a lot of trees around here, so I would say autumn. And in fact, I have a few autumn coloring books. I know we're going off track, but we always do show and tell, right? Is it here? Is it in here? No, I could showcase autumn coloring books, but I'm not gonna, since this thought just came to me, I'm not gonna go up and get them because that is not the focus of this. Okay, cozy supplies. What coloring supply brings you the most joy to use? Well, you know, when I was drawing with my friends back in high school, we colored our drawings with Prismacolor. So Prismacolor is like doing laps in the pool. You know what you're doing, or you know, laps around the track or a familiar run. Like that's the pencil I've been using the longest. Okay, what's next? Which supply gives you nostalgia? Wow. I try not to go there with a nostalgia, but I still have some oil pastels from college. I guess I could get them. They're just over here. Over here. Yeah, some oil pastels and some charcoal. You know, charcoal for drawing, and Craypod jumbo oil pastels. Let's see, is this tape shut? Yeah, I might have taped it shut, but you know, we can do an art supply run another time. What's your special occasion coloring supply? You know, I heard I think it was Art by Allie J, where she was talking about, I don't know, don't quote me. Somebody colorist that I saw recently, I don't remember who, because there's a few people that could have said it. Said like, there is no special occasion, like just do it, use it. So yeah, I don't, you know, when I start using a new coloring supply, that's a special occasion, especially if it's one that I've had for a while. That's a special occasion. So what's next? What's your lazy day coloring supply when you want no blending, no effort, just vibes? I don't do lazy day coloring. I mean, if I want to do quick, you know, I guess I would say now it would have been alcohol markers, and now I'll say it's Tombows. Markers are always quicker than pencils. But then I shade on top. I mean, yeah, I'm not a cozy colorist, or the way I'm a cozy colorist is different than the conventional style. Okay, 21, coloring personality. Am I a slow, cozy colorist or a KDOC start page, 10 pages colorist? Well, that is why I am doing this, because I am not a chaotic start 10 pages colorist. I'm actually, by this definition, a slow, cozy colorist, which is interesting. I think productivity has to do with whether it's the school year or not. You know, honestly, this is how I want to spend my summer break, you know? It's how I want to spend my summer break. Like, this is what makes me happy. 22, do I save my favorite pages because I'm scared to ruin them? No. I don't get attached to colored pages. Like I don't play favorites. I guess that's just a principle in my life that I loathe favoritism, so I guess that just comes out in everything that I do, which is kind of funny. Do I have coloring books that I mostly just look through? No. Every coloring book I bought is because I intend to color it. Do I have a lot of coloring books? Yes. But none of them I bought just to look through or took home and I found. What's my weirdest coloring habit? Probably the fact that I brought my AI assistant into my coloring process. Although I'm finding, on Instagram, like, I think I shared about this one time where, I was excited that, my AI, assistant was helping me with a page. I think it was a cryptids page, Mothman. And I shared my excitement with the group I was in. And this girl took it personally, and I'm not going to say what she did, but anyways, people would probably say that that's weird, but I'm sure my daughter got sick of me saying, hey, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I also share it with my friends, but yeah, people would probably say that was weird, although I'm happy to learn that in YouTube, amongst the YouTube coloring community, I'm not the only one. I can tell, yeah. So, okay, do I plan my pages or follow my mood? That's kind of a trick question. I think my mood determines my pages, like obviously, but then again, like they don't. A page I may be doing maybe a buddy color. What else can I say? Yeah. Okay. 26, what is my earliest memory of coloring or creating? Well, my mom told me that I picked up a painting brush when I was 18 months old. There was photos of me in the basement of my parents' second flat they were renting, and there was like an easel down there. I mean, I could maybe post it later, it was a black and white picture, and I did have a paintbrush in my hand, and I was a toddler, and I was very happy. I remember my parents took me to the San Francisco recs and parks. Like they had playgrounds and they had like social things going on there. My mom took me to classes at the De Young Museum when I was 5. So yeah, I mean, art's just been a part of my life. My mom was an artist, so it's just been a part of my life, which is another thing that I talk about on my channel, on my channel banner or profile picture or whatever, that I'm a lifelong artist. Let's see, what else? What's next? What childhood creative activity would I bring back? Honestly, I mean, I'm doing it, right? I don't think there's any, I mean, let me show you something. So I used to even do collage, and I often go to little libraries. Well, I found this book, because I'm planning on getting back into paperwork, and I started doing this, children's art books. I have children, how to draw, children's books, and sometimes I bring them to class for my kids, but also I use them. So I don't really, I have shuttle art gel pens. I mean, let me show you. You all know that these were made for toddlers, right? I gotta be careful. My cat's looking at me. Okay, no more getting up, but clearly, see, it even says it. Bright colors, great for kids, kids, you know, if you need supplies and you don't have a whole lot of money, start out with kids stuff. Even kids coloring books, I have some of those too. I'm not going to do a show and tell though, because Momo is, oh, she's letting me do this, but I don't want to push my luck. Let's see, I think I missed number 20. What supply surprised you and became a favorite? Let's see. I am looking for a color as I'm talking. Okay. Gosh. Well, when I finally got the hang of polychromos, because as a, you know, lifelong Prismacolor user, it was a little bit difficult. I mean, I'm not like team Prisma because I want to be able to use any and every supply, but I wouldn't say polychromos is a favorite yet, but when I finally like crossed that bridge and became like happy with using them, that was definitely a surprise. Okay, so let's go back. 28. What coloring book or supply would younger you be amazed that you own now? I have a lot of professional art supplies, so I think the younger me would be like, wow, that's neat. Like, I don't have, yeah, like, that's what I value. Like, I don't go out to restaurants, you know, I'm able to have a car-free lifestyle. You know, I don't go out to movies. Like, really, my art is my joy. So I think my younger self would be happy to see what I'm doing. Okay, so number 29. What book or page or book reminds you of a specific time in your life? Again, about the nostalgia thing, that's kind of dangerous for me. I try not to. I think that's part of like my aversion to cozy coloring is the nostalgia thing. Now, the vintage and nostalgia are two different things. Yeah, I can't answer that. I mean, you know, this reminds me of Wind in the Willows. Like, we're in the moment. You know, I'm really trained to live in the moment. So, you know, Wind in the Willows. Okay, number 30. What has coloring taught me about myself? Is there anything else? Yeah, what has coloring taught me about myself? That I have patience, that I have focus, that, oh boy. Okay, lie back down. Whew. She stands up when she's sleeping. It's kind of funny. Like, she stands up with her tongue out, she stretches, and she turns herself back into a circle. And like, that would have been sad if I would have lost my coloring, but whatever. So, yeah. Okay, number 31. Design your dream coloring room. Well, currently the living room is my coloring room, so I think it would just be, I don't know. I mean, I'm quite happy where I am with what I have, so I think I'm living the dream. Yeah, I have 0 complaints. 32, if I could color anywhere in the world for a day, where would I go? Geez, that's a difficult question. That's a really difficult question. Wow. I do not know. I don't like to fantasize about places I haven't been. So, geez, I'm maybe thinking of a fictitious place. I mean, I would think Kodiak, Alaska, but when I was there, I mean, I was always on the go. This is a really difficult question for me. Wow. Yeah, I can't answer this question. I cannot answer this question. Sorry. 33. If I could step inside any coloring book world, what would it be? Okay, that's a question I can answer. Okay, I'm gonna again come up with an unconventional answer. I want to make every page I'm coloring into a world that I could step inside of, that I'd want to step inside of. So I believe that's it. Thank you again. Steph Colors, you're the one that started, because I know Art by Ali J did it next, and I'm tagging Helen Heartwork, Color by Tani, Coloring View, and Auntie Chris, and I'll put it in the comments along with the questions. This has been fun. As you all who are watching my videos are doing your own tags or get tagged, feel free to tag me. I really like the tag game. Thank you, Momo, for not waking up, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, that didn't turn it off. Let's try again.